I'm going to sum up everything that happened today, where we're at, where I think that we're going. Here it is. Here's the summary for you guys. You ready? Mom and dad are fighting. Mom and dad got into a fight. And now brother and sister are fighting. And they're saying, you're the reason mom and dad left. You're the reason that mom and dad broke up. All right, but as of the time of recording, Bitcoin is sitting at $101,000 to almost $102,000. Some of the comments says, not sure how you possibly can think that we're going up still. Not sure how you possibly can think that mom and dad fighting is a reason. Like, what fundamentally has changed about crypto? What fundamentally has changed about crypto? Elon Musk and Trump are fighting. So what? Imagine being moved by that. I don't care. I do not care. Now, I'm gonna give you guys my downside targets. All right. However, listen, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I am not going to be greedy because this screams bear trap. This screams manipulating retail by fear. Literally, ask yourself, what is different about Bitcoin today than yesterday? What is different about Ethereum today than yesterday? Let me know in the comments. What's different today? Mom and dad are fighting, so let's panic. No. Silly stuff. All right, I'm going to give you my downside targets for Bitcoin and where I think that we're going. The full moon is June 11th. And what we've seen, I'll start off with that. What we have seen is there has been local tops on the new moon. And we've seen a pretty stark correction from each one of the new moons the last few days. So the next new moon is the 25th. And here's my prediction. Bitcoin's going to make a new all-time high by the 25th. This is probably the worst of it. As you can see, the full moons were not necessarily the lows. As you can see, the last few months, the full moons we had already reversed. So, with the type of fear and manipulation that's happening in the market right now, people are panicking already. The fear is extreme. I'm going to give you my downside targets, but I'm saying by the 25th, we're going to make a new all-time high. The next new moon is going to be an all-time high. I could see, and I said, if we broke through this, which I'm not classifying this as breaking through, I want to see how tomorrow closes, because this is technically still just filling out this box over here. We're still within this range. But if we break through this, I think there's a higher probability for Bitcoin that we get to 97K. I put that out in my group earlier. Backtesting this range over here, that would still be a macro higher low. All right. That's my downside target for Bitcoin. I don't know if we're going to get it. I'm not going to be greedy. I've already added to my position. If we get to 97, it's a gift. Ethereum, however, this screams bear trap to me. Here's my line in the sand for Ethereum. $2,328. That is the line in the sand for me. If we get through that, we're going to come back and back test the range at about 2,000. I don't think we're going to get it, though. I really don't. Here's why. When we go, like I looked through all the times. Look at how red this is. Look at the RSI. And I scrolled all the way through this. Guess when the last time we were this low? Spoiler alert, it was April 7th on Ethereum. This screams a bear trap. Literally, what is different today than yesterday? I want to see how we close. We're already up a decent bit on Bitcoin. Bitcoin already got to, we're almost at 102,000. We got all the way to 100,000, so it's already up 2,000 from the scary fight with mom and dad. We're already up $2,000 from the scary fight with mom and dad. I want to see tomorrow and the day after, where is Ethereum at? If we already get back up to 2,500, guess what? This was a bear trap. Retail was shaketh for good, perhaps. If not, we're going to come to 2,300. That's my downside target where I'm going to start to re-add to my Ethereum position. And I've said, all dips, in my opinion, are for buying. XRP, I recorded a video earlier today, and I didn't upload it. But I put in the video, $2 was my target. And if we broke $2, $1.97, then we're going to go to $1.80. But that's it. That's still just a higher low in the macro. That's my thoughts on, I'll quickly touch it again. Bitcoin's the most oversold it's been since April 7th on the smaller time frames. Same thing for Ethereum, same thing for XRP. And why? I'm not moved by this. Maybe it's because I wasn't in my office all day. Maybe it's because I was out hanging out with my daughter and I was literally touching grass all day and I wasn't looking at the internet. This does not move me even a little bit. This, in fact, is hilarious to me. We're all going to panic, sell our crypto because mom and dad are fighting. Is that what the reason is? Y'all let me know. That's not what I'm going to be doing. But y'all let me know.